Welcome to UAE e-invoicing from mandate to mastery.
What is e-invoicing, how it is going to impact the business, and most importantly, this is the typical way of exchanging the invoices via PDF. But what is going to happen is, once e-invoice becomes mandatory, as soon as seller generates the invoice, that invoice is sent to buyer as well as FTA near real time. How you are going to exchange invoices with buyer as well as FTA is a question mark, which is what we are going to answer it. It must be via Peppol network. So how that Peppol network is going to work, what is the expertise in that, how you have to integrate. Similarly, KSA is also clearance model. It means you have to generate invoice, that invoice you have to submit to the buyer. But before submitting to the buyer, you have to report it to JATCA, regulatory authority. JATCA will give you QR code, all other information. You have to print on the invoice. That invoice you have to submit to the buyer. Similarly, Malaysia is a replica of UAE, I can say. It's a Peppol 5 corner model where we have experience of submitting the invoices, where we have 1,000+ customers exactly in this framework. So 1st July 2026 UAE, which is a 5 corner model. Pilot phase is going to start from 1st January 2026 or even early December itself 2025. So now Vaijayanti covered what are all the 50 fields required as per FTA. Can we submit any format to FTA and buyer? Means no. FTA defined a specified format. What exactly FTA is going to accept? Structured format, which is pint AE XML. Pint stands for Peppol International. So within that XML, 50 fields are available. We have to make sure whether all the 50 fields available in your ERP or not. If something is not available, what is the plan? Why it is known as 5 corner model? 5 parties are involved: seller, seller's access point, receiver access point, buyer, and finally fifth one is FTA. 5 parties are involved. That's the reason it is known as 5 corner model. What FTA wants to know is what exactly Venkat and Vaijayanti are exchanging messages. Are they exchanging any country secrets or what exactly happening here? So if FTA asks seller and Venkat and Vaijayanti to submit that information to FTA, I may submit some X information, Vaijayanti may submit some Y information, which they don't want to disclose to FTA. But who is the right source to submit it to FTA? The right source are telecom operators. Telecom operator will submit that message to FTA. At the same time, receiver access point also will submit that message to FTA. Is seller ERP and buyer ERP are integrated? No. Seller and buyer are not directly exchanging the invoices, right? It is not integrated. It is integrated with Peppol network. Now let us talk in Peppol terminology, how it is going to work. Seller has to submit invoice to their access point, which is known as ASP, Accredited Service Provider. This is not only impacting AR, sales, it is also impacting purchase. Now let us understand how this exactly going to work, how you can integrate with the ERP. So customers can use any ERP, irrespective of the ERP we come into the picture. And one more important point here is you can't select multiple accredited service provider. You can only select one accredited service provider per TRN number. If you have multiple TRN numbers under group, yes, you are free to choose multiple accredited service providers. But if you have only one TRN number, in that scenario, you have to choose only one access point. You can't choose multiple access points. We support irrespective of the ERP. That is something SAP, Oracle, Dynamics, any custom ERP or any ERP. This is our access point. This is FTA and other access point. So you can load data not only in XML. XML is something FTA is asking us to send. You can load data in your format, custom format. We support different integration methods. Only API access points are supporting, but we support on top of API SFTP file upload also. You can choose your own integration method. How to get ready for e-invoicing? E-invoicing is going to get mandatory from July 2026 to all large companies. We are expecting any company in between 100 million to 500 million dirhams. For those companies, e-invoicing is getting mandatory from July. Select an ASP, then consulting partner. This is something, see here ASP itself, Mac and Rose, then consulting partner comes into picture. Consulting partner is nothing but again Mac and Rose. So what exactly Mac and Rose and us will do is we provide entire technology to Mac and Rose. What we do is first we will make sure you are understanding the regulatory guidelines. The major challenge in every company is they are storing buyer address in one field. But frankly speaking, when we are submitting data to FTA, billing number is one field, postal code is other field, country is other field. Now we have to clean up your master data in multiple fields. That is something we have to do. That is the biggest step for us. We have to make sure that you are going live as per the FTA regulations. So we have to do gap analysis. Everything will be covered in impact assessment. Then identify right integration method. After doing this impact analysis, we will know what is the integration method, how many ERPs you have, what is the right file format, then workflow for AR and AP, whether you want any accept mechanism, reject mechanism, whatever it is, all that we can put it here. Finally, UAT, then get ready for the e-invoicing. This is something process for get ready for the e-invoicing. So what are our differentiators for e-invoicing? This is what are our differentiator is we both are Peppol accredited access point. That is something in the process of accreditation. As a Taxilla, we have experience across the globe in Peppol countries like Australia, Malaysia, where we have 1,000+ customers, New Zealand, Singapore, Japan, Belgium. We have different integration methods and file formats, and end-to-end AR automation, JP automation, and VAT reporting. What is the main objective of e-invoicing? Let's say paperless, digital transformation, but on top of it, FTA wants to know whether you are paying right taxes every quarter or not. That is most important. We are even providing VAT reporting solution here. We are automatically populating into the VAT portal. You can verify it and you can file the return. This is something we are bringing additionally on top of e-invoicing. So fast go live and support we are providing built for compliance and scale. Next steps for business like regulatory landscape, identify stakeholders, conduct. These all are part of the gap assessment. We are ready. We are helping companies to do gap analysis. Everything I covered. But this is just for your information. Something is there, you can reach out to us. We are very much happy to help. And we are even planning to conduct a series of webinars on this topic. Right now, it's totally an awareness session. It is too much of information for you people to digest. But next, we will only have a session on how it is going to impact, what are the changes you have to do in business process. Then we will plan how to select an ASP, something we will plan like that on awareness sections. What are the integration methods, how you can integrate with your existing system. This all we will plan at later stages.